Hey there, guys. What is going on? Sloppy here, playing some more Creativerse on the Sloppy server. Tuesday's video came out about an hour ago. I'm recording a little bit more in advance than I usually do. I usually like to read the comments and stuff, but I'm going to have to backlog a little bit just because I'm doing some traveling for work over the next sort of week and a half. So I'm going to backlog a little bit. So, I might not be completely caught up on comments, like when the episodes come up and whatnot, so I may have a bunch of stuff to fix and whatnot in the very near future, but check this out. Look how crazy you can get the chat to be so big. Let's see who's online, /who. You got me, Skyslayer, Soul Chips, and Fireball. Very cool. I believe Soul Chips is working he's doing a Halloween Idol arena in the Corrupted layer, which sounds really cool. You know what? Let's go over there. Creativerse Fight Club. Actually, you know what? I don't want to spoil. I'll show it when it's done. It seems pretty close to being finished on the exterior part, at least. So I'll show it when it's a little bit closer to being done. Anyway, there is one thing I really want to get done today, and it's not going to be anything too crazy. I really need to empty my inventory. Yeah, I really need to empty my inventory. There's a few things I want to get done today, and they're sort of just general things for the server. I'm not going to decorate two of these things. There's three things I want to do. Two of them I'm not going to decorate today. I'm just going to put up because they're sort of resource things. But yeah, let's just get started. One of the things somebody was talking about is that they were on a big server, and one of the big problems with spawn was that there were so many teleporters, it just causes an absolute ton of lag. But I really want somewhere that people can put down a teleporter so that there's sort of one big hub where you can get anywhere in the world, and people can put down teleporters to go to their places and whatnot. I just think that's really important so that we can sort of get everywhere we want to get. So, sort of a compromise solution. I'm going to go down to the very bottom corner of the map, and we're going to put down a giant sort of start of a build where people can put down teleporters, and eventually it's going to be a great hall. It's going to be our huge teleporter area where essentially everyone can put down a teleporter to their own builds. So it's going to need a few different wings and stuff. I'm not going to decorate it today. We'll do that probably as some sort of community build, maybe some sort of contest or something. But I just want to get it down so that people can start putting down their teleporters and it can be a little bit easier. But first of all, I really need to clean out my inventory. It is completely packed with all kinds of nonsense. So give me just a minute. I'm going to clean this up, and we will head down to the very bottom corner of the map. Left or right? Left or right? Let's go the left corner. Bottom left corner of the map is going to be a giant teleporter hub eventually. For now, it's just going to be an undecorated giant teleporter. Well. On my journey down to the bottom corner, I just happened upon this build. Look at the tiniest savanna you've ever seen. Isn't that adorable? Look how good, though. I just wanted to note, I didn't want to, like, show off Sammy's build, but look how good that blue wood wall looks against, especially... Okay, let's just come to a little distance. Look how good this looks from a distance, those two colors. You get a very, sort of that Greek vibe. I just thought that looked great. Really cool. Really. Well, I did not expect to see this coming all the way down to the bottom of the world. Not far away. Just a really good looking racetrack. It's not done, but all right, a really good looking racetrack. I can dig that. Yeah, that's why I love a server like this when you just don't know what you're gonna find. Oh my gosh. I've fallen off this tree so many times. I'm beginning to think it doesn't work as a real tree. Anywho, let's continue on. I do want to get some blocks down. Well. Check out my favorite nighttime biome. This would be so perfect for a big teleporter room. I love the jungle, but there's a world tree down in this corner, which I think I was actually warned about in the Discord chat. Link in the description if you want to come join this world. But Zando's trying to get an absolute ton of lava going. So that's going to be a fun challenge. But there's a world tree down here, so we can't do it in this corner. We do have a little bit more room to the bottom, but I'm going to go to the other southernmost corner and see if... yeah, I'm going to go, I guess, straight east. I'm going to go to the other corner. I guess we're uncovering the map, which is cool. I'm going to go to the other corner, see if there's anything over there. Because I don't want to build it this close to the world tree. If anyone wants to build near that or build with it, there's this beautiful giant jungle. Like, there's a ton that could be built down here. And I'm sure there'll be something really great in this area. But it seemed like it'd be kind of a waste. Looks like somebody might already be down here chopping off weepwood leaves. So yeah, I'm going to go that way. Okay, so I was doing some work on the teleporters and stuff. I've actually been playing for quite a while now. We're going to go check out the teleporters in a bit. That's actually going to be a little bit of a big project that I do want to get some work done on. But there is one build I kind of want to just get down at spawn, which is sort of a community storage build. There's a lot of people being like, hey, I want to share blocks or share recipes, all of this sort of stuff. Currently, the only place is this small little chest right here, where people are just dumping recipes. So I kind of just want to get a little bit of a temporary thing up and running. I've also been sort of working on these pathways. Eventually, I hope these sort of go all around spawn. Nobody's really building here yet. And I think that's because nobody really knows what to build or anything here. Like, it's sort of just an empty area. And I sort of said don't build anything too big yet because we might have some plans for it. But yeah, there'll be stuff in this area for sure. I think I'm going to put the community storage right here, sort of an easy to spot location just behind the flag. We're going to decorate it up eventually. For now, it's just going to be a big wooden box. But yeah, I'm going to make the pathway at least up to it. I dug this out at stream the other day. And it just... I wanted this like pathway through the mountain, but I don't think it really works. So we're going to go up and over. So I'm going to finish up this pathway. There's also one going this way. Hopefully these roads go around eventually. We'll see. I went with this design, stone slabs and bedrock, and I like it. I'm not sure. I think it'll look really good on a big spectrum. It's also pretty cheap. That was sort of the idea with it, is that it can be replicated. I think it'll look good on a big scale. Just for now, I don't think it looks great. We also need some sort of lantern design, I think, for the pathway. So if you guys are on the server, if you're not, Discord's in the description, come and play. But if you are on the server or just want to send me a screenshot or a tweet is probably the easiest way to do it. Just a little lantern design that can go every 20 blocks or so. Just something here I think would be really great. What I was doing before, I don't have any on me, was using the medieval torches, but I took those down. But if anyone's got a lantern design, preferably one that's that's like lag friendly. I don't know if, I know sometimes lighting stuff can be interesting, but anywho, pathway, community storage. Yeah, safe to say this didn't turn out well. I was trying to make this chest. No, I was trying to make this chest into a build. It didn't work. I did find a really good one on the Steam Workshop here. If you just search chest, there's a really amazing chest that maybe I'll build eventually. But yeah, I'm just going to throw up a simple house. We'll come back and rework this eventually. I've already spent too much time on this. I just kind of wanted to get a structure up. But we'll come back and rework on this eventually. I'm just going to throw up a really basic house. Ugh, I'm disgusted with myself. It actually looked okay for a little bit, and then all of a sudden I took a step back and I was like, oh yeah. No, it does not look okay. That's a tough trick. If you want to try and improve your building, I don't really know if I improved, but just put down an item and try and copy it. It's tricky. All right, all done. Recipes and blocks. Leave your SS blocks here. The simplest of simple little houses. Eventually, we're going to do something big. I have kind of a cool idea for a block exchange idea, the idea with block exchange is sort of if people are doing big builds, they can sort of be like, hey, does anyone have any blocks I can borrow, that sort of stuff. So now we got a place to leave them and recipes. If you guys get those overflow recipes, I know I have a bunch I want to put in here. I'm also going to move this chest. Anyway, we'll do a better one eventually. I just want to get that set up because a bunch of people were asking basically for it. Interesting chest. A bunch of people were asking for it, so I'm going to, yeah, I just wanted to get that set up. But I really want to work on, there we go, those are the recipes I found. I think I'm only one recipe away. I think I'm only one recipe away. I could see the chat, by the way. I just didn't want to type on camera. I didn't want you guys to think I was being rude. I'm only one, let's, I guess, start at this chest. I think I only have one recipe I need to find, and that is the newest one they added. What was it called? Chiseled or something? Chiseled? No. Hide locked recipes? No. Was it chiseled? Something limestone, I think, right? That last update? What was it called? Maybe it's in... Let's show up. This one here, imprinted bedrock wall. I think that's the only recipe I still need to find. Oh, and yellow adobe wall, apparently. Okay, maybe I do have a few recipes left. Anyway, this is cool. Place to leave blocks. We will do this better in a future episode, but I really want to get the teleporter stuff set up because I think being able to find builds and get to them is super important. So, it's kind of a cute little house. I also was kind of testing this idea. I was thinking it might be really cool to have a bunch of little sort of places like this dotted throughout the mountains. Just little mountain cabins and stuff. Somebody also mentioned in the Discord, sorry I forget your name, but it was sort of also a little test. After I found out my chest idea wouldn't work, it seemed like it would be cool to have a bunch of these little places. It's kind of a cute little cabin. Anyway, that's there now. That's cool. I'm going to put some of my blocks in it. I have a bunch of sort of excess blocks I don't really need. I do have an idea for kind of a cool block exchange, though. Using some machines and some lighting systems and whatnot that I think could be really interesting. So anyway, teleporters. Let's go. Alright, so I've got a little bit of work done. I did this actually yesterday. Not that that's important. I am backlogging some episodes, so I may not see your comments about this until I'm a little bit further along. But, yeah, we are way down at the bottom of the map. I found this really cool little... yeah, we're way down here. I found this really cool sort of little arpeggio area. We've got this sort of cool little desert island. And there's a bunch of like little desert islands sort of in the distance, which I think is pretty neat. It also is nice because it's very flat. You don't have to dig out a ton, which is cool. So, yeah. Anyway, the teleporter hub is going to have 3 limestone as this portal's code. That way people can put their own teleporters to this place super easily. And then you drop in. I've used this trick before where you can't get back through the teleporter. A one-way teleporter, if you will. You can do them differently. You can hide them in the ground, have fans shoot people up. We might twist this, but we're going to have a big sort of central room and then 4 different directions to go. So this was really important to me because I wasn't sure how many teleporters eventually this place would have. So I wanted it to be very expandable. So, one of the directions is big builds and group stuff. So this side is going to be reserved for when we do, you know, big event areas. You know, I have an idea. We can, when December comes, maybe we're going to do a big Christmas village where everyone can come and we can just do a massive village. Everyone can build houses and churches and whatever else is in a Christmas village. So this side will be reserved for all of that sort of stuff. Also, probably like a teleporter to spawn and just sort of... yeah, big builds and group stuff that way. This side is going to be to biomes and yeah, that sort of stuff. This side's pretty basic. I do want to get one to every biome. That way people can, you know, easily find every biome. I think we already have this set up at spawn, but we're going to do it over here. Because apparently the teleporter animations cause a lot of lag. So if they're all over here, down at the bottom of the map, maybe that'll be better. But yeah, this way everyone can get super easily to all the biomes, all the underground biomes, that sort of stuff. Oh, also that side will probably have like mob farms. Whatever else, like, sort of not people's own builds, I guess is what that side is. This side's going to be all the biomes and stuff. This might be the first section we try and do, just because I think we could finish it completely, which could be nice, unless they add new biomes. But then we'd probably have to have a new map. It's not important. This side is, well, both these sides are for players' builds, so people can put their own teleporters. These two we're going to have to color code, which probably means each side will get its own sort of color. That way you can say, like, oh, I'm on the yellow side. I don't know how many players we're going to end up with. I don't know how many people are going to want teleporters to their places. Some people have multiple builds. I know on the servers I've played on, you end up with a lot of teleporters, essentially, is what the thinking about this place is. So, yeah. Players, big builds, mob farms, community-style stuff, and the biomes. Yeah. So the player sides, we're going to need a design that is continually expandable. What I was thinking is sort of setting up a template, and then anytime anyone wants to add their own teleporter, they just add a little segment on. So that's what those two directions are going to be. We will probably set up one of those relatively soon, just because I want people to be able to access other people's builds. I think that's the best part of being on a server. Yeah, so that was sort of my thinking with this place, is 4 wings, sort of expandable on 2 of the sides. It might be a little bit of a pain building out over the water, but to be honest, it just seemed easier. You don't have to dig out anything. It's just very straightforward. Kind of lucked out. The other side of the other corner of the map, if we look here, the other corner of the bottom of the map is where the world tree was. I think that was already in this episode, but yeah. So let's start designing a little bit. One downside of playing on a server is it's really hard to get everyone to sleep, so I have to play through the night, but that's okay. We might need mob drops for stuff eventually. So what I've already done is sort of set up entryways into each of these sort of sections, these sort of big arching things. I've got a little bit of a design for the room going already. I think what I want to do next is get the colors in. So we need 3 colors, which is kind of a... Well, we need 4 colors, sorry. Which is kind of a pain in this game, actually, because most block sets come with 3 colors. So my thought process kind of comes down to we may have to use the adobes, because you have white, you have blue, you have red, and you have yellow, which I guess I would need to find. But yeah, red, blue, yellow seems to be the 3 colors that you can actually rely on with different blocks. I guess what we could do is have one of these sections just not be colored. Maybe the biomes one, you probably don't need a color. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. So red, blue, yellow is probably what we're going to do. Let me go craft some of those blocks and get a little bit more work done on this place. I think I've sufficiently explained what it is. Even though it's super simple, I over-explain things. You guys know this. You've seen a video before. If you haven't, welcome. Occasionally I over-explain simple things. Yeah, so... red, blue, yellow. I think I'm going to try the concrete first, just because I think that might be a nice contrast. Boy, is it easy to just lose time building. One of the cool things about using these colors is the colored lights, something I don't use terribly often, but I think could come into play right now. I'm getting a bit of a vision about what I want this room to be. I widened the floors so that they kind of meet up, and I've got... obviously the lights. I've got the colored concrete in the walls. This looks very pink with the red light, but that's the red side. This side I haven't put anything in yet. I'm not exactly sure what the non-colored version of concrete is. Maybe just siltstone? That's what it comes from? I don't know, but that side will just be plain. But yeah, the colored lights I think look really good. I think it's very easy to tell which side is which with the lights in the daytime. And once there's sort of normal lighting in here, which actually, if we only use man-made blocks, we don't really need this place to be that bright. So we could use just the lights as a sort of easy way to tell. But in daytime, it actually looks really good without the lighting with this stuff. Maybe we could do... No, I don't... I was going to say maybe we could do some sort of day-night sensor where during the day it turns off, but... this will all be covered eventually. I'm picturing sort of a big dome-esque shape. So, yeah, the glass is sort of weird when it comes to shadows and stuff. So we'll probably not try and use too much of that. Some people are just dying. It's so hard to get sleep in this server. Anyway, yeah. How many people are online? Let's see. 3 of us. So yeah, I think it looks really good. The colored lights, kind of a cool addition. I'm just gonna keep working here. I'm not a big fan of this like stone slab, this thing. Maybe, I don't know, do I want to bring the stone slabs all the way across? I do, like, I really like stone slabs as a texture. Maybe I do, and then we've got this room to play with. That could be pretty good. Do I want to bring... I kind of liked it more the other way. The other good thing about the stone slabs is then we can, you know, use some lighting in the floor here. Yeah, I think the walls are going to be the biggest issue with this room, but I'm really liking the way it's coming together so far. This may be a first for me. I have down here mining siltstone. I feel like this is a block I always have a ton of. Yeah. So, siltstone. Well, I guess that bug still exists. So, we're going to try siltstone. I don't think siltstone will work. You know what? That's not terrible in the floor. The other thing I wanted to try was just bedrock. I mean, I imagine any of these will look fine. It's just, siltstone's a little bit more of a neutral color. I don't know. I'll pick something for this direction. Anyway, I'm out of time for recording this video. It has taken a lot of time. We made the recipe place / block exchange. So if you guys are on the server, you can go and leave blocks there, or, you know, in the Discord be like, hey, does anyone have blocks? I'm trying to build this. And perhaps that's where they will leave you blocks. But anyway, I'm going to continue this in the next episode. This took a lot of work, actually, just to get down here and get this together. I think we've got a pretty good base. I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited to see where it goes, because I think this could actually be a pretty cool little hub. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think of those comments down below. I will leave the Discord link. If you want to join and play on this world, just head over there. There's all the info on the Discord. And subscribe for more Creativerse, all that jazz. I will see you guys in the next one. Ciao!